Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Sun City in Arizona. Hope you're having a super fantastic, sparkling start to your fun Friday. Yes, that day of the week we get to talk about fun. And today's also going to take a little bit of a more serious note as well. But first of all, what fun do you have planned for today? Well, I kind of have the morning off from doing work, and I'm taking time for me today. Today is the 4-year anniversary of Brad's passing. So I'm taking time for me this morning. So this morning is going to be my time. I got a couple of errands I need to run, but before I start on the help chat this afternoon, I'm taking the morning for me. And normally I take the day off completely. So this is going to be a very new day. The last 3 years I've taken the day off completely and done like a Lord of the Rings or a Hobbit marathon on the days. And of course, Lord of the Rings, I keep forgetting I have the extended versions, and each one of those is close to 4 hours long. I am not watching them today. I may do it on Sunday, though. Yes, but we won't get through all 3 movies because that's a long day. I mean, you're talking 12 hours of movie time, plus the breaks and all of that sort of thing. That makes it for a very long day. And we've still got to do our mystery drive and go to the dog park and that sort of thing. But today, I'm going to be taking the morning for me. And we'll go for our walk after. I've got a call coming up in a few minutes. Then we're going to go for our walk because it's been a bit of a rough start this morning so far. But that's okay. It's good to keep the memories alive. And I didn't realize this was going to be a tough day. You think they always tell you that, as time goes on, it gets less and less. That's bullshit. Sorry. First-hand experience. That's just bullshit. Some days are rougher than others, and some days are easier. I agree. Some days are easier, but some days it's just tough as nails. But we're going to plow through anyway. So my plan this morning is after this is over, I'm going to go to my call. Then I'm going to go walk the pup. Then I'm going to go get the mail, and then I'm going to do I don't know what. I'm just going to play it by ear until it's time to get on the chat. I do have an appointment at 12 o'clock. Funnily enough, the guy I have an appointment with at 12 o'clock is called Brad. So yeah, go figure. Anyway, where am I at? Oh God, sorry, my head's all over the place today. Tell your story question. And I thought this was I thought of this one this morning is, what do you remember most about family members who have passed? You know, we all have people that come into our lives and leave us for different reasons. And then there's the ones that leave us permanently and physically, but, spiritually they're always with us. But what is the one that, what are the stories that stick out about the people who have passed? It could be grandparents, great-grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, siblings, parents, spouses, children. That's the tough one, kids. I don't think it's right that parents outlive their kids. I really don't. But, that's life. It's what happens. And I cannot imagine losing a child. I know what it's like going through losing a spouse. But losing a child, I think that's going to be harder. I really do. So my heart goes out to those who have lost children. But what are the happiest memories that you have about those family members that have passed? Have you got them written down? It's time to write them down. If you haven't already, write out the memories about those people. And that's what keeps them. That's what keeps them alive with us. Is that when we remember them with love, and we remember the good times and the bad times. Always got to remember the bad times too, because sometimes you can actually look back at some of those bad times and go, "What the hell were we thinking at the time? That was so stupid." And you can have laugh over some of the bad times. I was, been doing a lot of reminiscing with Brad about Brad today. So, and I have written down part of our story, and getting everybody to do this, tell your story. Tell your story questions of the day reminds me that I need to keep telling our story. I need to keep writing it. I need to finish it and get it done. And but times it's hard to sit down and write about something so emotional. But was looking at some of the pictures, and I'm going to post a video later on, which is a really cute video of Brett with Darmic. Darmic was probably, I don't know, I have to go back and look at the date. I know it was done in 2016. And but it's the cutest video of a grandfather and a grandson. It is the cutest little video, so I'm going to post that later on today. So keep an eye out for that one, because it's just the cutest thing, with Brad being silly with his grandson, and his grandson just sitting there in awe of his grandfather. It is just, it is. I can't wait to post that video, because I was watching it last night and I was just cracking up laughing. So. But even when the sparkles of love flow, it's still a super fantastic sparkling day. No matter how tough things get, there is always a sparkle to be found in the day. And some people may consider that hogwash. I live it every single day. Every day, no matter what happens, every day is today is always super fantastic and sparkling. That's my slogan. No matter what happens, today is always super fantastic and sparkling. Some days the sparkle might be a little duller than others, and other days the sparkle shines so brightly you need a few pairs of sunglasses to stop the glare. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But I was going to share some memories, but I just can't do it right now. We had many great adventures. We did river cruises. We did a lot of cruises together. We did a lot of road trips together. We just had a blast. I still remember the drive from Virginia to California. We did that in like 5 days. Hang on, we left on the 12th. Drove the 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 5 days. Yeah, 5 days from coast to coast. We had Gus in the back. Gus basically had the back of the Yukon to himself. The only things we had at the very back of the Yukon behind the netting was stuff that had to be temperature controlled, like the laptops. Everything else was in a U-Haul trailer behind us that we were taking to California with us until the moving truck arrived. And that was a long road trip. You don't realize how big this country is until you start driving it, and especially when you got to do coast to coast in a short amount of time. It's a freaking long way. But we had a great trip along there. We didn't get to stop and see many sites, because most of the sites we wanted to see didn't allow dogs. We did stop at Cadillac Ranch, though. That was fun. Yeah, and everybody's like, there's all these spray paint cans laying around and everything else, and people are picking them up and leaving their mark on the cars. And, and I remember Gus was leaving his mark too. He saw people painting this, getting up there and painting things and climbing up onto cars into different areas and stuff to paint them, and so he decided to paint them in his way. He probably wouldn't be the first dog that's done that either. But interesting fact about the Cadillac Ranch: the angle that the Cadillacs are planted, is the same degree as the angles of the pyramids in Egypt. Just a little unknown fact there. But yeah, that was a good day, and we were cracking up laughing with. I'm not sure if Gus left his mark on all the cars. He left on most of them. He was determined. He saw people painting them, and he just stood there and watched these people painting them, and they'd walk away, and he'd go up and pee on them, on the cars, not the people, the cars. But yeah, we had a lot of fun on that road trip. We got to stay in some nice places and some not so nice places, and there were some that were very questionable. But hey, it was for a night. But anyway, that was a really good road trip, and I'd never driven a vehicle with a trailer before, but I did on that, and thankfully I only had to go forward. I never had to reverse the thing. That was Brad's job. So I still have not learned how to drive with a trailer. Maybe I'll put that on my to-do list. I don't know why, but maybe I'll put it on my to-do list. I don't know. But there's many great things. But the things I miss the most about Brad is when I get an idea, and I go in, and I would go into the living room, and I would flop down on the couch, and I go, "Oh, I've had an idea," and his face would literally go, "Oh, crap." And you could see him roll his eyes, and his face would just be like, "Oh crap, now what?" But he did get to learn to ask, do you need a response on it, or you just want to air it? And I would tell him if I wanted to air it or if I needed a response, and that would determine how much he would actually listen. But he was good like that. And there were times I would come out and go, "I need to vent." And he would say, "Do I need to solve anything, or do I just need to listen?" So he was well trained on those parts, on my quirks, on things like that. But we had a lot of good times. And we had some not so good times, and we had some rough times. But, you know, that's what marriage is. It takes work, and there's challenges that will come along and test a relationship. And we had those times too. So I'm very grateful. I'm eternally grateful for the time that we did get to spend together. We were married for almost 19 years. It would have been our 19th wedding anniversary in 2017. And I also remember too that I found an email that he had sent to himself the day before my 50th birthday, which was in 2016. He sent an email to himself that had 20th wedding anniversary as a subject line. And I found this after he had passed. And when I opened up the email, I thought, 20th, I thought, my husband is planning, and I saw the date on it. And I thought, he's planning this 2 years in advance, and he doesn't call himself a romantic. And so I went in and I had a look, and there was 2 links there. And I opened up those links, and that was it. I was gone. I couldn't stop sobbing for like about an hour afterwards, because there is a particular ring that I've always liked. And I'd always talked about it with Brad, that I'd always liked this ring and the meaning behind it and everything. And he had planned to get it for us for our 20th wedding anniversary. And yeah. And people say, oh, you should still go and get it. It's not the same. It's a type of ring that needs to be given from one heart to another. Anyway, I got to get out of here. I got to go get on another call. So go out, have a super fantastic, sparkling day. Let your friends and family know how much you love them today. And remember fondly those family members that have passed. And write their stories. If they haven't written their stories, write their stories. Write your story about them. What do you remember most about them? What are some of the quirks that they had? What were some of the great memories you have? Some of the not so good memories you have about them? Write their story from your perspective, what you remember about them. Keep their memories alive. And that's it from me for now. We'll catch you guys around 6 p.m. this evening, Pacific time. Hakonera.